Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, here we go. Had a bit of technical difficulties. Not the first time, but as you notice, it's now called Chart Check with Tech. This is the live stream. I'm going to be marking up some pairs, a few Euro session, London session pairs, and then maybe I'll take a look at Bitcoin and some other projects that I'm looking at crypto. I was looking in the wrong place. Yeah, I'll look at some other projects that I'm looking at in crypto, and then do like just a crypto markup on those as well. So yeah, this is Chart Check with Tech. You know how it goes. We're starting the live stream right now, and always got to start off with the sound. So I'm just gonna go straight into it. Let's go and switch to my charts so you can see what I see. Sometimes I use this view, but the thing I don't like about it is a little bit too small and you can't really see everything unless you're looking at it on a big screen, which I don't think everyone is. So we're not going to use that today. We're just going to go straight into full screen. Okay. So I had my charts up already. I was kind of doing some stuff. This is not the trend I want to look at. I have a list. So I'm going to start off with USD CAD. I'm going to start off with USD CAD. So USD to the Canadian dollar. I don't want to use the one that I already marked up. I want to do one fresh with everyone here. So I'm going to just type it in. I'll use this one here. So this is a fresh chart. All right. So the way how I do my markups, I'm going to start on the weekly, and then I'm going to go down to the daily, then I'm going to go down to the 4 hour. And what I'm looking for is for 2 time frames to be in sync. So that could be the weekly and the daily, or it can be the daily and the 4 hour. It can't be the weekly and the 4 hour, right? Because then it just doesn't work out with the strategy that I have. So I'm going to start off on the weekly and then work our way down. So what I want to see here is I want to make sure that I want to just understand whether price is bearish or bullish. As you can see, this goes all the way back to like 2016. I don't need to look all the way back there. I just need to, well, a few months is fine. Anything from this year is fine. So I'll start right here, and you can see price made a higher high, made a higher low, kind of stayed in this area, and then it made a lower. Basically, it broke structure right here and came down. So let me just mark that out. I'll actually start from here. This is what I usually like to do. I take this tool, I don't know what it's called, the path tool, and then I'll just start marking up. So I'll just do this and follow structure. Because when you see the candlestick, sometimes it's confusing. So this is just a way to not have to look at the chart and be confused. This is roughly in the same area, so I can just choose one of them. And then we're up here. So I'm going to take this, move it across here. So when we got here, forget about this little area in here. When we got here, we made a lower low. We broke everything. We came under the lowest structure. So we were bearish at this point, right? So now we get here, and this is when we start breaking some structure. So we broke structure right here. As you can see, price broke above this high, and now we're bullish. So we're bullish again. Then we come down here, and then the same situation. I'm just going to clone this right here. We broke back below this area. Now we're bearish again, right? So this whole leg down here is bearish. We come up, we don't break the high, we come back down. We come up, do we break the high? I'm going to clone this again. Right, so say we broke it, we're bullish, but then right away when I clone it, we broke back below again, so it's bearish. Then we broke this high again, so I can just move this across, so we're bullish. So overall, we're bullish right now. So now I understand what's happening on the weekly time frame. So I can get rid of this. I usually have a way of, okay, you know what, I'm gonna copy this because it's just easier to see. So I'm gonna put a U for up. I'm gonna go down to the daily. There's shortcuts. I just did all of that path to show you, but at the same time, if you can just see that this whole entire area right here, like this entire, we're just talking about the body of the candles, right? If I'm trying to fit the whole thing here, but the body is from right there. If I just put like a zone across all the way, we broke above that entire thing, right? So I know right away that we took out everything. It's bullish. So I'm just gonna skip that part. The daily is up, right? So I'm gonna get rid of this zone for now, and then I'm gonna go down to the 4 hour. So on the 4 hour, just pretty much this area right here. This is the part where you need to be careful, because you have some of these little areas in here that will count as structure, like this area right here. I can count this. This area technically counts because there's 2 candlesticks. And then here, and then we break structure right here. Come down. Okay, now I need to zoom in because I can't really see what's happening right here. Did we break the low? No. So right now we're still bearish right now when it comes to this area right now. So we have 2 time frames saying up, and we have 1 time frame saying down. I'm just gonna get rid of this stuff down here because this doesn't apply right now. So now I'm gonna go back to the weekly time frame. So like I said before, you need to have 2 time frames in sync. We have the weekly and the daily in sync. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to start looking for areas of interest where I would think the price would retrace to. So what I'm going to do is I take out my zone, and I'm going to look for areas that have at least 3 touches, which would count as an area of interest. And I'm going to start from up here. And this is the weekly, like I said. Oh, one more thing before I even do that. What I usually do is I'll mark off these areas so you can know where the highs and lows are. So this is the weekly higher high weekly, and it's all the way down to this area right here. So this now becomes the weekly range. This is the higher low. Higher low weekly. All right, so that's the weekly range right now. And then when I was on the daily, the range was right here. Here, higher low daily, and to add the top of the range, which is here, And this is also, this is the higher high daily. Boom. And then when I was down at the 4 hour, the range would be that. So technically it's going to be, well, this candle hasn't closed yet, so it still would be here. So this is the lower high for the 4 hour, and then the lower low. I'll say for now, until that candle closes, it's still going to be, I'll put the range over here just to show that that hasn't closed yet. So lower low there, because now we're falling. So when I go back to the weekly now and I'm looking for where price is going to retrace to, usually you want price to come halfway into a discount, because when you're above halfway, that's looked at as a premium. Like, it's just, the analogy that they give is like if you're going to a store, right, and something costs $100, if you knew that next week it was going to be $50, why are you paying $100? You're going to wait for price to come down to a discount so that you can get it at a cheaper price. Remember, they always tell you to buy low and sell high, so if the same rule applies. So this is my range for the weekly, and it doesn't mean that it necessarily has to be under this area. It just means that it should be close to it, right? Because there's going to be some times where the price, where the area where price would get to won't pass 50%. Sometimes it would just be above it. Anyways, that being said, I'm looking for my areas of interest. So right away off the bat, I like this area right here because we've had multiple touches right here. So I like this area, and then I also like I'm looking for areas where I can get like 3 touches. I like this area right here. I like this area right here. Nope. And then this area right here. Yeah, I don't really need to go lower than this. And also, like, the EMA acts as a support when it's underpriced and a resistance when it's above. So like price getting all the way down to here, there's less likely chance, but this area is an area to be looking to target. All of these areas, these are all like good areas, but at the same time you want to look for the one you want to see if how price is going to react when it gets to one of these areas. So then usually what you do is you go down to the daily and see if there's anything else that you can find levels like that, the same, any matching levels. So this one's a match on the daily, and the weekly are matching. And the strongest levels are going to be the ones that are closest to the price action right now. So around here is really good. Like an overlapping area. Yeah. Okay. And for the daily, you see how the range for the daily is up here, right? But I found a daily area right here. So technically this one is not valid, right? Because it's not within the range of the daily. So I don't even need to mark that one. The weekly range, which is all the way from up there to down here, the one that's going to make the most sense to me is going to be these two. These two right here. But the strongest one, let's see, let me go back to the weekly. So this is what so then now that I have my levels, I'm just looking for a price to see what it does when it gets here. See what it does when it gets here. Or if that level breaks, then I would see what it does when it gets down to this level here. But ultimately what I'm looking for is the weekly is already bullish. The daily is already bullish. And the daily range, I already know is down to here. If price breaks this level right here, then I know that the daily is going to be bearish. But you can see the EMA coming up right here. So to me, this area, I'm really interested to see if price holds around this area right here. Because if it does, then what would happen is this 4 hour right here, like the 4 hour can continue to keep falling, right? Because it's already falling right now. It's already bearish. So the 4 hour could come down here and somewhere in here break structure to go to the upside, and then break structure over here, and then we're bullish on the 4 hour. So what would happen at that point, the weekly, the daily, and the 4 hour would be bullish. And then that's where I would look for my trade, because now all time frames are in sync. So you see how it starts off, I have 2 time frames in sync. That's like the basis for the trade that I want to take. And then now I'm just waiting for one more time frame to match, which would be the 4 hour. And then at that point, if I get the 4 hour to break structure and go to the upside, I could scale down to like the 1 hour, 30 minute, whatever one gives me like a clean engulfing structure to go up, and then I would want to take that trade. So that's the breakdown for USD CAD. This being the strongest area right here because it's within the daily range and I don't want this area to break structure. Perfect. And like I said, and you have to remember too, price could even fall down below, hit this structure right here and not close with the body. It could just create a wick. But either way, within this area is what I'm looking for. That's the strongest area. So that's it. It's done. I don't want to go through every single pair. I just wanted to show at least how I'm looking at structure, and I will come back to this pair if I decide to take a trade. If I see a trade happen and price comes down here, then the next video that I'll do will be a follow-up on what happened with this pair. So I'm going to be switching over to talk about crypto. Why not? Why not? That's like the hottest topic right now. So let's go for today. We started the day. Sand. I don't know if anyone buys crypto in here. They know about crypto, but this is. Oh, it's too loud. Let me see. I wasn't paying attention to the chat. My bad. I'm gonna move it down to how about that? I'm on 20. Let me see if I put it a little higher. 30. All right, cool. Okay, so Sand, if anyone has ever checked out any of these projects before, like this is kind of like crypto is all about narratives, right? And what this tells me, like all I did was open crypto bubbles and just take one look. But when I look at what narrative is kind of has a hype right now, just by looking at this right now, I know that a lot of these ones that are in green are gaming tokens. So what that tells me is that we might be getting to a point where all the gaming tokens are going to start pumping. Because look, IMX is a gaming studio right here. Oh, you can't even see my mouse. Can you see my mouse? You can't. Weird. Well, here, it's highlighted. IMX is a gaming token. That's so weird that you can't see. Anyways. Well, just look at where it's highlighting. IMX is a gaming token. It's a studio. They have like multiple games that are going to be going there to that blockchain. It's a layer 2 for Ethereum. Then you have Sand, which is this big green one here, which is a metaverse. And then you have Decentraland, which is another metaverse. I think I'm blocking some. I think this one is Wilder World, which is another game in the bottom right. Oh, that AXS one here, that's Axie Infinity, which is another game. Beam, which is down here, this little small one, is another gaming studio. So yeah, I'm just looking at what I see. Gala, I forgot Gala, all the way at the top here. Gala Studio is another gaming studio. So when you see stuff like this happening, that's just telling me that there might be, because the market's always trying to move in like cycles. So it was like memes for a while, and then it was like all of a sudden, I don't know if you know about the ISO 222 coins. Those are like the ones like XRP and XLM and a few other ones, and then those started pumping. But the market's always doing these like rotations, so you kind of have to keep up with what rotation is happening, and then you know what to buy. AI is still pumping. That's like one of the biggest narratives for the entire cycle. So AI is always going to be just like, to me, it's always just going to be pumping if you find the right projects. Anyways, for the weekly, a lot of projects, like I said, XLM, I mentioned it earlier, a lot of stuff is up for the week. So this is just like full on, we're in a full on like bull run. Obviously, there might be some pullbacks before January, but I think that first 3 quarters of the year, like January, February, March, a lot of upside is going to be happening for crypto. And if you have the right projects, you're definitely going to have a leg up on what's happening. Like if you even come and look at some of these charts, I don't know if you guys ever heard of Dex Tools, but this is a site that I use when I want to just do like a quick chart on certain projects that are, because here's the thing, right? There's a lot of projects that are not on big exchanges yet because they just haven't got there yet, but they're good projects. But they need to have their market cap is too low, or they never got to the point where they have enough people buying their token for them to be listed on a big exchange. So you come here and you'll find them. So I recently just there's a few, like you'll see like YouTubers talking about this token, but it's one that's backed by Solana. So if Solana does well, I would, I'm just taking a bet that this one would do well as well. Too. Is it on? Okay. Not gonna work. What did I just do? All right, well, it doesn't want to, it wants to act up right now. I want to go back to, that's too funny. Yeah, I still got to work out some kinks with this setup. That's annoying. There we go. I was trying to, yeah. I wanted to show this chart of what I'm looking for. Oh, this one actually was, this one started taking off. This one's a little bit too late if anybody was looking to get into TARS. Like I said, this one is backed by Solana. And you've seen how Solana was doing. But if you look closely, what I was looking for on this pair was that I wanted to see if this area here would have got broken. And it did. So and then you can see here, like it came back and it did a retest of this high. So right here, I can bring this down a bit more. It retested this area. So this was the see it better on the 4 hour. Yeah. So price was stuck under here. Where's one bounce, two bounces. This was the third bounce of resistance. And then when you come over to this side, it basically broke above resistance right here, came back, retested, and now it's making higher highs. So I had this marked up from, I literally just got more of this token like a few days ago, right when we were down here and we were bouncing. And now it's starting to make its move. So yeah, a lot of times, like just because it's a bull market, you kind of have to go like you got to kind of find coins that have been consolidating for like a long time and that are ready to break out. There's a few. There's like what's another coin? I think Near Protocol is about to break out as well. Here, I think I have it actually listed here in my crypto. Where's Near? Near is an AI project. And remove this fit. I'm not going to be on here much longer. I'll literally just show this one and before I leave. But yeah, so we broke above this high right here. So this was the resistance, right? We fell down here during the bear market. As you can see, this was the bear market low from 2022 all the way down to 2023. Price was falling and then finally broke above this area right here, and then it found support right in this area right here. So it found support right here. And now it's looking to probably test its all-time high up here. This is the all-time high. And at that point, because it's a bull cycle, it might consolidate here a bit and then ultimately just break out, even come down and retest, and then take off. But this is a good area right now because it still hasn't broken, it still hasn't got to its all-time high. So that's kind of how you just look at these coins. And then you go on to like CoinMarketCap and you see like what's the top. I would say the top, like, you don't really want to, if you're new to crypto, you don't really want to mess with anything that's like super new. What's going on, Rayon? You don't want to really mess with things that are super new. Like if you don't know how to read like market cap and know about token unlocks and layer ones, layer twos, and all the different little things about crypto, if you don't know all that stuff, I would just stay in like the top, I would say 25. But see, I just talked about Near as an AI coin, right? Near is in the top 20, right? So as you can see, like all of these ones are pumping and they have a lot of money behind them, a huge backing. So these ones are I would say the more safe coins. The top, let's say the top 25. You don't really want to go, like a lot of people own Solana. The other day you saw Sui pumping. So where's Sui at? Sui's 18. Like these ones are already meme coins, like the Pepe, Doge. Those are in the top 25. So you're not going to be doing no crazy risk in the bull run messing with those types of coins, right? So that's what you have to just keep in. You just got to keep that in mind. But yeah, if you like to play with the degen coins and you like to mess with the new projects that are out, you just have to do a little bit more research. Like right now, I just talked about TARS protocol that I picked up. I picked up this recently, right? It broke out. But look where they're promoting it. This is CoinMarketCap. This is as soon as you come here, the first thing that they promote is backed by Solana. I bought this one, and this one just broke out recently, right? So you just have to do more research when you see like a new coin, and then or if you're part of different social groups and Discord, what's it called? Telegram. Like you gotta be in these conversations. Twitter is actually, or X it's called now, is one of the best places because these guys have they have those sessions where you can talk amongst people that are in the community, and they give a lot of information away for free that if you're just in the conversation, if you're just listening like a fly on the wall, you'll learn like a lot of things about these projects. So that's what it is. Yeah, and the thing about, so if you're on, so I told you about the top coins right here, but let's just say you want to specifically look at AI coins, you can come on here and just go through the list. Near is, out of this AI list on CoinMarketCap, Near is the #1 AI right now on the list. Obviously these things are fluctuating back and forth, but right now it's the highest, and it hasn't hit its all-time high, and it hasn't fully broke out yet. So that's what I'm talking about. And I'm not saying, I definitely oh yes, now that I'm doing these types of videos, I have to always say it's not financial advice, because obviously like nobody wants to be responsible for it. You have to research these stuff because a lot of these things, they already started to move. Like look at these crazy moves. Like these are already, some of these are already gone, and then you'll hear about them in a YouTube video and then try to buy them, but like it doesn't actually make sense to buy something that's already like pumping, because you're supposed to at least, like if it retraces, or if it's a project that you know you're going to hold for a few years, then it's okay. But if it's like one of these projects where you just plan to get out in a few months, um like Bitcoin could, before it goes on a crazy run, it could dip, and then you might just sell because you see your portfolio going down. So you don't really want to mess with things like this unless you know that it had a pullback, or yeah, you kind of have to just do your research. And a lot of people are not really interested in crypto and stuff like that. So that's the part that sucks, because yeah, it's not really, people tell you to buy all these like crazy meme coins. Like this peanut one, this pumped insane. Like it went up to like, I think 3 billion market cap. But people were actually trying to buy that when it was at a 3 billion market cap, and then they seen it crash. I mean, let's look at peanut. I want to actually see what it did so I can make more sense of what I'm saying. I usually put it on market cap so I can see. So like, look at this. This coin launched around October 31st. So no, October 31st it launched. This thing went from a, let's say, I'm just gonna look at this point here. This is at this point right here, it's about like 5 million market cap. 5 million market cap. And so from October 31st until November 13th, this pumped to a $2.5 billion market cap. And then people heard about it on X, and people were buying up here. A bunch of people FOMO'd into this project and started buying up here. But when you're buying up here, what do you think is happening? All these people that were holding from down here, they're selling it to you all the way down. So that's what you're seeing right now. This thing is just selling off crazy. You're just selling off. So you're down like a billion. You're like, it's insane. Let me see. This is around, so this is at still at a one, let's just say it's a 1 billion market cap from like a 2.5. Like you're down $1.5 billion of market cap. Like that's a no. That's why I always say like, wait for the retreat. I wouldn't touch this coin because this is gonna probably bottom out down here somewhere before it breaks structure and starts to go up again. But anyways, yeah, while I'm here, I'm gonna do one more thing. I'll tell you how to, like, when you're looking at coins, what you want to see, just to make sure. Like, I'll go back to TARS. Actually no, I'll go to like a, let's go to something on Solana. What's good that's on Solana? Well, let's go to, no, not Sui. I want to pick a coin that's like a mid cap. Is Caspa a mid cap? No, Caspa is way up there now. AOS. Let's do AOS. It's an AI project. Let's look at AOS. So I'm not even really paying attention to like the chart. I was just going to talk about this area here. So on the left here, this is let me move myself back. Yeah. You can see the market cap on this side of whatever the project is, and you can see how much money is in the project, the liquidity. This matters because this is going to be like, at the end of the day, the market cap can be whatever. The dollar amount could be whatever. This is 80 cents right now. But do they have money in this project? Is there money? Can people actually take money out of this project? That's going to matter, right? And then when you come down here and you see the circulating supply, the total supply is 1.09 billion. But the circulating supply is also 1.09 billion. So what do you call this? This is fully diluted, right? Fully diluted market cap. Sometimes you'll see the circulating supply is lower than the total supply, and then that's a problem. So not so necessarily a problem, because a lot of big projects, that's why I didn't want to show a big project, because a big project will have token unlocks, so they won't have their whole supply circulating. But if you see a good project and you see that the entire supply is circulating, that's a good sign, because then when there's nothing for them to unlock, meaning that they can't add supply, meaning that the supply and demand is always going to be balanced. If you just have token unlocks, then the supply gets higher and then the value would come down. Pretty simple to understand, but like, yeah. Then you have these scores in here, right? So they tell you this has a 99 score, which is good. You want to see that on a project. You want to see that whales are buying the project. So come over here, you can see if there's like a lot of big money coming into the project. Obviously some people are taking profit here and there, but still you see a lot of whales buying a project. That's good, because that means people are putting big money. Like here, someone put 10K, someone put 15K. Like, you want to see that money is coming in and out, but it's like big money coming in. Okay, good. Then you go to these audits down here. Oh, here, community trust. The community votes on all projects here. 100%. Okay, good. There's only 13 votes, so you got to take that into consideration. So that's not really that good, but at the same time, I know about this project, so I already know that it's one of the a really good project. There's not one factor that you have to check. Then you come over here and you see that is it a let me see, contracts verified? Yes. On all of these sites, it's verified. Is it a honeypot? No, I forget what that is. I used to know, but anyways, you don't want it to be a honeypot. That's good. You come down here and you see, is there a sell tax and a buy tax? No buy tax, no sell tax. Because what that would mean is when I want to go sell my coin, someone can, whoever created the project, I would have to pay taxes on whatever I try to sell. You don't want that, right? You come down here and you just kind of have to just go through this and see, like, once you start looking at a bunch of projects, you'll know what's acceptable and what's not. Another good one is this liquidity is not locked, but sometimes you'll see this area in green, and then it will mean that the liquidity is locked, so they can't just like rug the whole project. There you go. And then I think lastly, another thing that I check when it comes to here is I'll see what the holders are like. So top 10 holders ratio, they hold, so the people that have this coin, they're holding 40%. But because it's a big project, I kind of understand what this means, because when they want to get listed on exchanges, they have to give up coins to like different exchanges so that people can now buy and sell them. But you don't want to see this on a small project. Like if you find a new project that's out there and you see that the people that created it have so much of the supply, then they can just keep on dumping on you. They're just dumping on your face. Like they'll just, like, you try to put in a certain amount of money and people from the community are putting in money, and then these guys can just sell anytime. So that's actually sort of like a rug pull when they're doing that. You want to see like if I see under 20%, then I'm more interested in the project. If this is the situation, I'll be interested when there's like less people holding the supply. There you go. And yeah, I'm gonna say that's what I'm gonna leave it there because I'm talking too much. Anyways, this is what did I call this segment? Chart check with tech, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna be doing this every week because I'm still trying to play around with what I want to do with the channel and how I want to present it and have more structure to it to make it more interesting. But this is part of the journey, right? I'm just figuring it out. This is brand new for me, and yeah, I'm gonna keep doing this and marking up charts. And like, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments, like and subscribe, and turn on your bell notification so you can see when I go live. And yeah, let's get it, man. The bull run is gonna happen, and I'm gonna be a little bit more like, I might even do some random times where I just go on live just so I can do like a chart markup or just do like a review on what's happening in the market. And yeah, let's get it. Let's get it. So, you know, Tech versus Tech, that's the channel. Like I said, like and subscribe.